Is it bad luck? Or does Meghan Markle just can't catch a break? It seems like every time she tries something new, there's an avalanche of criticism. The latest? Her Netflix series With Love, Meghan, which dropped on March 4th. What seemed like an innocent lifestyle show quickly turned into a PR disaster.
It's, hard.
From the get-go, the show was dubbed a masterclass in cringe cooking. Yeah, not exactly the glowing praise you want for your big debut. PR expert Eric Schiffer wasn't holding back, calling it the Duchess of Flops show. According to Schiffer, this series isn't doing anything to repair her image. In fact, it may just reinforce the idea that Meghan is out of touch and desperate to recast herself as the new Martha Stewart.
I mean, look, life is full of surprises.
But it wasn't just the cooking that had people talking. Meghan also stirred up buzz when she corrected Mindy Kaling, insisting that her last name is now Sussex.
I don't think anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and loves it.
It's so funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
Honestly, wasn't she trying to leave everything royal behind? Instead, this small exchange just gave critics more to talk about. But wait, there's more. Meghan also got mocked for turning Trader Joe's peanut butter pretzel nuggets into a gourmet snack. In the first episode of With Love, Meghan, while prepping for her friend Daniel Martin, she took the nuggets out of the original bag and placed them into a personalized one. The internet had a field day, with many joking that a fancy bag doesn't exactly make it five-star cuisine. Then came the food safety controversy. In one episode, Meghan is seen storing raw chicken in her fridge, completely uncovered. Yes, you read that right. The internet quickly exploded, with people pointing out the obvious hygiene issues, warning of potential salmonella. While the chicken was eventually revealed to be parboiled, viewers weren't exactly reassured. And if you're wondering if any chefs were excited to be part of this, think again. Chef Jameson Stocks, who's cooked for King Charles, turned down the chance to be on the show. He didn't like the idea of showing her how to do something and then it kind of being forced and fake. I think she should just go back to acting. She's quite a good actress in real life, or obviously on screen. I think people should just stick to what they do best, Jameson said. Ouch.
I've always loved to cook, and I used to watch a lot of cooking shows.
But the criticism didn't stop there. Even Meghan's own father weighed in, and he was brutal. In an exclusive interview with the Daily Mail, Thomas Markle didn't hold back, calling out Meghan for trying to act like a down-to-earth mom in the kitchen. Meghan has never been authentic. She has to think about everything. She's not spontaneous. Everything she says is pre-planned and rehearsed, he said. Oh, how harsh. So it's hard not to wonder if Meghan Markle will ever catch a break. Every move she makes seems to spark backlash. And it's not just her Netflix show causing a stir. Even before that, a Vanity Fair profile dug up old allegations from her time as a royal, and let's just say they weren't exactly flattering. Yep, we're talking about the claims that Meghan was so difficult to work with that some staff reportedly needed therapy to cope. Yikes. These accusations aren't exactly new. Remember back in 2020 before Meghan and Harry officially left their senior royal roles? Kensington Palace staff came forward with similar complaints, which even led Queen Elizabeth to launch an investigation into what was called bullying behavior toward royal aides. At the time, Harry and Meghan's team fiercely denied the claims, calling them just another attempt to attack Meghan's character.
There was such an obsession about anything in my world.
Fast forward to now, and Vanity Fair's sources seem to be echoing those old stories. The article quotes multiple sources who describe Meghan as warm and charming at first. But when things didn't go as planned, that warmth reportedly turned ice cold. One source shared a particularly harsh take, saying Meghan's behavior felt like something out of Mean Girls. Yikes. They described an atmosphere of constant tension, with Meghan allegedly undermining staff and talking behind their backs. Another ex-staffer who worked on media projects called their experience really, really, really awful, very painful. And here's the kicker. They claimed that if you weren't on Meghan's board, you were thrown to the wolves at any given moment.
I would never want someone else to feel that way.
Even her former Spotify team had stories to tell. One employee said they couldn't imagine Meghan being the type to bully palace aides until they worked with her. While there's no record of Meghan shouting, the same person pointed out, you don't have to yell to make someone feel like they're being yelled at. Subtle, yet scathing. And it doesn't end there. Reports suggest working with the Sussexes took such a toll on staff that some needed extended breaks, or even therapy, to recover. One team member on Meghan's Archetypes podcast reportedly left after just 3 episodes.
She's a very difficult employer, and there's plenty of evidence of people who have left her.
Adding to the controversy, Meghan has earned the nickname Duchess Difficult from her U.S. staff, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Insiders claim she's known for belittling people, ignoring advice, and being relentless. One source even described her as marching around like a dictator in high heels and reducing grown men to tears. Harry hasn't escaped criticism either. While described as charming, he's also called an enabler of Meghan's behavior. Their alleged management style has led to high staff turnover, with at least 18 employees leaving since their 2018 wedding, including Meghan's private secretary and global press secretary.
This is not a surprise to anybody. It's really sad that it's got to this point.
But here's where it gets even messier. According to Vanity Fair, Meghan and Harry's neighbors in Montecito aren't exactly fans either. They've reportedly earned the nickname local villains, with complaints ranging from rising housing prices to parking issues near local trails, like the one Meghan was photographed hiking on while Harry attended King Charles's coronation solo. And some locals apparently think Meghan's various business ventures, like her brand American Riviera Orchard, are more about cashing in than staying under the radar, which feels a bit at odds with their calls for privacy.
I know, it's a lot.
And then, there's the alleged behind-the-scenes tension between Meghan and Harry themselves. A recent joint interview on CBS Sunday Morning was supposed to focus on their philanthropy and online harm. But when the topic shifted to Meghan's past struggles with mental health, things reportedly took a turn. Royal expert Angela Levin claimed Meghan was furious afterward, reportedly screaming at producers for asking questions she hadn't expected. If true, it's another example of how tightly Meghan likes to control her narrative and how badly things can go when that control slips.
I can see you're uncomfortable with my even going there. Do you?
I understand why you are, though. I wasn't expecting it, but I understand why you are.
While the Sussexes have consistently denied the allegations, they've previously shared their side of the story in their Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan. In that documentary, they painted a very different picture, presenting themselves as victims of a royal system that was stacked against them and constantly under scrutiny. At the beginning of the docuseries, Markle admitted to having found the formality of being in the royal family surprising at first. Harry added that Meghan's first meeting with the Queen was quite a shock to the system. She recalled the moment she learned that she was going to meet the late Queen Elizabeth II.
Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
The couple was in the car, and they were on the way to the Royal Lodge for lunch, and Harry told her that his grandmother was going to be there. Meghan shared, "And I remember we were in the car driving up, and he's like, you know how to curtsy, right? And I just thought it was a joke." During the documentary, Harry said that Meghan reminds him of his late mother in the way that she composes herself, despite the backlash she was continuously facing, gushing that his wife is caring and compassionate. Markle also opened up about her experience with racism following the publicity around her relationship with Harry. She explained, "Obviously now everyone is aware of my race because they made it such an issue when I went to the UK. Before then, I wasn't really treated like a black woman." So, Meghan and Harry have always portrayed themselves as compassionate and brave. But these new allegations change that narrative. Now, what do you think? Do you believe Meghan Markle is a bully?